Another week and another announcement from the president, and with it we're back to lockdown level 4 restrictions, which amongst other things means no social gatherings. And so I don't know how you feel about this, but for me, thinking back to lockdown level 4 restrictions last year, it was a dark place. And so personally it feels like a blow, but also a massive blow for us as a nation. And so this last week I heard of a comparison of the pandemic being compared to Godzilla on a rampage. This massive monster wreaking havoc wherever it goes, stomping through the city and crushing everything that's before it. And in some ways, this current wave that we find ourselves in and the virus that we're facing is like a monster stomping all over the place. And we don't know if we're next, or our families are next, or our loved ones, or our friends, or our neighbors, or our colleagues. And it's just this constant uncertainty and anxiety that we're living in. And so whether it's from a monster or a lion or a virus, when your life is under threat, you're going to respond in one of three ways. It's either going to be fight, or to flight, or to freeze. And so some of you are fighting, you're raging against this thing, you're as mad as a snake. And for others of you, you've turned to flight and you're battening down the hatches, you're hibernating in your homes, and you're going to come out when you get all clear. And for some of you, you're just freezing. You're just like a deer in the headlights, and you don't really know, and maybe you don't actually care what's going on. And so with this in mind, these are some of the responses that we might be facing in this moment, in this time, as we face the monster stomping around. But I'm concerned that if we're not careful and we do not come and perform a degree of self-care, that we're going to enter into a dark place. And so I want to take some time and just come and help coach us, hopefully, and give us some handles on how to avoid going into that dark place. And so the problem is this, is that in your head you can know that everything's going to be okay, but it doesn't always mean in your heart you feel like everything's going to be okay. You can know in your head that God's in control, but sometimes it just doesn't feel like God's in control. And so we need to narrow that gap. And I want to give you 4 little handles on how we can come and do that. And so the first one is compassion. To have compassion, not on anyone else other than yourself, to come and to foster a degree of compassion for yourself, to know and to understand that it's normal to feel anxious, that when your life is under threat, or when those around you are under threat, that it's normal to be anxious and to respond in certain ways. And just to go easy on yourself and to find a degree of compassion for yourself. And so number 1, compassion. Number 2, to calm down. Now I know when I say to Kaz, just relax, the last thing that thing does is relax her. And me saying calm down is not going to come and help you to calm down. No, what we need to do is understand in our wiring, we need to come and prioritize a space that we can go to calm down and to find our peace. And for me, that's always inevitably with God. And so number 1, we need to come and find compassion for ourselves. It's okay to feel like we're feeling. Number 2, to find a space where we can calm down. And then number 3 is community, to understand the value and the place of community. That when we come and consider a prison system, that if you want to punish someone in prison who is already being punished, what do? You come and you send them to solitary confinement, right? And solitary confinement is one of the worst forms of punishment that can be inflicted upon a human being. And in our current climate, we've almost been forced into a degree of solitary confinement where we're being isolated from community, and we're needing to come and position ourselves there for a period of time. And so I don't care if you're the most introverted person out there, everybody needs community, some degree of community. Everybody needs community. And so number 1, compassion for yourself. Number 2, calm down. Find a place where you can just find your peace. Number 3, come and recognize the value and the place of community in your life and the danger of it being removed from your life that poses to you. And number 4, connection. Come and in lieu of the absence of community, to come and prioritize connection with people. And so whether that connection is online with people through Zoom, with your fellowship group or life group or friends or family, to prioritize connecting with people, whether it's on WhatsApp or a voice note, or whether as a hubby you come and say to your wife and to your mates, as husbands, we're going to look after the kids, and you come and have a date night via Zoom, have a glass of wine and catch up via Zoom, whatever it might be. Or maybe it's coming and taking someone a meal as an excuse to spend 5 minutes at their gate just to chat with them and hang out with them or to connect with them. And so my point is this, is that in the absence of community and social gatherings, can we prioritize connecting with people in some shape or form? And this will be one of the most valuable things that you can do in this season to stop you from going into that dark place, is to come and to connect with people in whatever shape or form you can find. And so, number 1, compassion. Number 2, calm down. Number 3, community. Number 4, connections. Can you prioritize this? And if you can, it will go a long way to come in and helping your head and heart to meet, to drawing you into a healthy space and avoiding that dark place. God bless you all. Be safe out there.